Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So I just woke up a bit ago, saw a bunch of messages from a bunch of different people saying ban list had dropped. So of course I had to get up immediately. My family's still sleeping, so I can actually record before it gets too loud in the house. And I just wanted to cover this for you guys. I'm pretty excited about this. I've already looked at it, so this isn't going to be a blind reaction or anything. But I want to give my thoughts on it because there are some major winners to this. Don't forget our memory marker for Patreon this month is going to be Pokemon. This is Renamon's baby form here. So if you're looking forward to EX2 playing that Sakuyamon deck, this would be a great memory marker for that. Also, if you'd like any of our previous memory markers we've had on the channel, check the coffee link in the description below. There you can see all the previous memory markers we've ever had on the channel. But the benefit, though, of going through Patreon is that you get the featured memory marker for a bit cheaper. A couple notes about this list is it looks like it's being broken down into two different time periods of when it goes into activeness. So this is going to be for the English format. JP is, I think, already going into effect. But it's good that they're breaking up like this because of certain cards that they put on the list. The first up, an outright ban of Mega Digimon Fusion. Wow. Okay, so I kind of thought that they would never go to a full ban unless the card was absolutely just completely busted, which, to be fair, Mega Digimon Fusion kind of can be in certain decks. And so, yeah, an outright ban of Mega Digimon Fusion. That means goodbye, Lilith Loop. Oh, man, what a bummer. I know a lot of people were really looking forward to like playing Lilith Loop again using like Eismon and that sort of thing. There was a whole lot of great support coming in BT7 for purple decks. And of course, Mega Digimon Fusion, making those Lilith Loop decks live again was going to be very, very fun. But I think the real hit, though, is because of Susanomon. Definitely being able to bring that guy out super easily was just real big stick in the mud. And it's better to ban this card than Susanomon itself, I think, because this card is the problematic piece to that whole thing. If not, paying that massive amount of memory for a good effect, you know, it balances out a little bit more. And then restricted here, we got Reinforced Memory Boost and Ice Wall. So Ice Wall actually getting I know a lot of people were calling for this. I wasn't too sure. It is a very powerful card, though. That one cost to basically stall your opponent out. You slam down multiples of these, and one attack costing your opponent 4 memory is just outrageous. And then also the security effect of gaining 2 memory. I mean, imagine having 8 Hammer Sparks in your deck to potentially be in security. Yeah, very, very terrifying card. So going down to a 1-of, I think that's fine. It prevents the multi-use. So you can't, you know, slam down 2 at once, or you can't use them turn after turn after turn. So I think it's a pretty solid hit. I would have probably liked to see it go to 2, but I don't know if they're gonna do 2-ofs just yet. Maybe in the future they'll do like limits to 2. But until then, I think a limit to 1 is fine. Also, reinforcing memory boost for yellow. This is brutal. Again, I know some people were calling for this one as well. I know I use this a whole lot in security control. I mean, it's like Holy Wave, but just better. It's the same cost as Holy Wave. You basically get that recovery. You get to pick between 2 different cards, so you know what's going into your security. It's not a blind recovery or anything like that. And you get a card to hand. Oh, and on top of that, you get a delay gain 3 memory. Like, all in one card for 6 memory. This is 100% like a 9-10 cost option card, you would think, but they put it down here for 6. So another one going to the 1-of section, and I think that's fine. Again, it's not like, I mean, it is strong, but I wouldn't say it's like Mega Digimon Fusion busted. It doesn't deserve a ban, I don't think. At a 1-of, yeah, okay, my opponent's gonna get to do just one trick one time, and then that's it. So I think that's okay as well. And that's going to be it for the February 25th. This is BT7 pre-release. So the day of BT7 pre-release, these cards are going to go to 1, and this one's going to get banned. So what does that look like? Remember, BT7 is our hybrid decks. So the 2 decks that were the big problematic decks are the yellow and blue hybrids. Both of them got a sort of hit, an indirect hit. The hybrids are still strong, though. I mean, I don't know what to say. They didn't hit the Jet Sylphimon like a lot of people were crying for, which the more and more matches I watched with that card, I absolutely understand why people were calling for it. It's just a recovery one. You can Digivolve for 1 cost, get a recovery, and there's no like limit. So if you're at like 8 security, you can still do it again and keep gaining security. It was not like Angelomon where you have to be at like 3 or less to get that recovery. No, you can just do it anytime. And for 1 Evo cost, because the deck you're playing it in is going to have what you need. Absolutely terrifying card. And then the blue hybrid, nothing really got hit there. I wouldn't say anything in that deck is just like truly busted as far as the hybrids go. It all works really well together, but it's not like crazy busted. I think the Ice Wall is a solid hit to help rein in that deck as well. So both of these will hit those decks. They'll just do a little bit more indirectly instead of directly. But I think that means that those are going to be like very much go-to decks. With Mega Digimon Fusion going for BT7 release, that means none of those Lilith Loop sort of style decks for purple, which was one of the things purple really had going for it in BT7, was bringing back the Lilith Loop decks. Was one of the highlighted decks. It was on my list to cover for you guys, so a bit sad to see this go completely away. I would have liked to at least have it at one of until the BT8 release, and then I guess you could get rid of it. That would have been okay, but I definitely understand it. But then going into April, upon BT8 pre-release, we get more restrictions. Savior Huckmon. Wow. Okay, so this dates one of my videos a little bit of longevity decks. BT8 is still a very long ways out. I mean, we're still talking, 4 with delays, 5 months away. So Savior Huckmon, Jessmon is going to have no restrictions on it for quite some time. So you're still going to get the Savior Huckmon being able to swing twice. Is going to be so powerful. So Jessmon is going to be good for a while. We get more Jessmon support in BT7, so I think that's why they didn't hit it early, is because of all that Jessmon support that's in BT7, which would completely make it null and void if they got rid of Savior Huckmon too early. So I think this is still pretty solid. It is unfortunate. Again, it's one of those that's like, I would like to see it gone to 2 of, break up the consistency a little bit. But 1 of still makes sense. It's not, I don't think it's worthy of an outright ban. Once this card, once your opponent goes into this Jessmon and they do this combo, if that Jessmon dies, that's it. The Savior Huckmon is gone. They can't just make it a whole brand new stack and just do it all over again. So at a 1 of, it makes sense. So a bit of a shame there. And then the other card was Eismon. Okay, I did not see this one coming, but I totally get it. If you've seen purple matches with Eismon, and they're just like, that's supposed to be the drawback of purple, is the fact that you draw cards and then you discard cards. You draw cards and you discard. You discard a ton. You just, like, purple is one of those decks that always mills itself and then loses through a deck out, is because it draws so much. But with Eismon, you're basically canceling out the fact that you're having to discard. So you get a draw. Oh, and I have to discard. Oh no, and you get to play an Eismon for free. So yeah, very very powerful card. I don't think the DP boost is anything that's has to be worried about. It's just the fact that you get to play multiple level 4s for free, and then you go into something like a Chimeramon level 5 through Joggerus, and it was just absolutely busted when you got to do it in combination with that. It's a whole lot of free and then free value and then swings with the Chimeramon. A whole lot of good stuff going on there with Eismon, and just multiple level 4 bodies instantly on field to Evo on top of. You're skipping a whole step there for free. That's very, very powerful. So I understand. It is a shame, though. I mean, it's not like purple has been overly competitive and like winning nonstop. It does good here and there, but it's never been like a blowout. While yes, this is a very powerful kind of card, kind of blowout level, purple in itself wasn't doing phenomenal. Not compared to blue and yellow and even red with Jessmon. So kind of a shame that they hit purple as hard as they did. The Mega Digimon Fusion is going to hit purple, but that's, again, more directed because of Susanomon. It doesn't make sense to ban Susanomon, so banning this, unfortunately, also going to hit like the Zorts and stuff like that, so that's kind of a shame. But that's going to do it for this. Let me know what you guys think of this list. Are you happy with it? Are you upset about it? I think that we could have had a couple more hits for those hybrid decks, something a little bit more substantial than what we saw. I don't know what it could have been. I know Jet Sylphimon could have been hit. Again, I don't think one of is quite called for, but still, that definitely could have been addressed. I don't know what they could have hit on Blue Hybrid, though. That would make sense. A very, very strong, powerful, busted card. I couldn't think of any one card in that whole Evo chain that really did it for me, though.